Hi guys, tonight we are talking about anger and how to deal with that to make sure that we are not messing up situations that can be actually very simple to fix. We are talking about that with my good friend Farhad Jowharsha, which is now responsible for the forester business in Hong Kong and Southeast Asia. He's a very nice guy that I know since the times of Garner when I was in the UK, and we have met coincidentally tonight for a nice dinner, and we have a very long conversation, but we decided to record something about anger, mainly because today I had a situation in which I got very upset for very stupid things. However, I have seen also a couple of my colleagues getting upset equally for things that, to be honest, were not dramatic. Um, how I dealt with it today was simply, yes, letting my anger come out and then just letting it go, having a sip of water, going around the block, taking a breather, coming back, and then continuing my day, letting the anger basically shade away. And this is one of those things that Farad discussed in the video tonight. So, Farad, over to you.
So anger, I think it's something that everybody has. So you got to accept it. But how do you? I think there's something about you're going to be frustrated in life and in situations, and what I tend to do is I will get angry because I think you need to let the frustration out, but then drop it quickly and accept. Okay, I was upset, I was angry. And I do this in everyday life. Sometimes my kids get confused because they'll be like, "I thought you were angry, and now you're happy." And because you realize, at that moment you were frustrated and you lose your temper, but you regret it and then you try to fix it and you go, right, well that's done, move it on. So that's what I try to do.
I like when you said the anger is just a different kind of feeling.
Yeah. So I think it's there's a lot. I saw something around anger transformation, which I thought was very interesting. And everybody has anger, and I think we live in a world where we're doing so many things, and it's stressful, right? And I know, we strive to meditate. We try to make time for all of these things. Personally find it very hard to do that, and we're all living in stressful times. But I think there's also you need to be able to free up that stress and release it, and of course not to a point where you're violent or you hurt people, but even people going out and shouting in the street, oh, get it out, but okay, done, move on. I think there is something there, then keeping it in, building it all up, and eventually it just comes out in a very inconvenient time where it could be damaging. So part of it is accepting that you have it, being able to release it, but also realizing that it's not how you manage situations, and that you have to resolve things and move forward.
So if you were talking to young kids, maybe going to school, and they feel the first frustrations with classmates and the first few things, and they come back and you see that they got something and it's pretty much related to anger that is building up, what advice would you give them?
It's a tough one, right? With kids, I've got two kids of my own. I in the heat of the moment is one thing. In reflection mode, when they come back and they explain their day, then that's when I try to say, okay, well, what's going on with the other person? What was the situation like? Was he going through some difficulties? Was he acting in a silly way that was annoying? I don't know, try to get them to see it in a very different perspective. In the heat of the moment, very difficult. I think it's just about drilling in to try not to react, but maybe use of words and say, you're annoying me, I'm not happy with what you're saying, please stop, or else, I will tell somebody. But I have two kids and they get angry very quickly as well, and it's not easy at all. So I think it's just one of life's lessons, and you're not a bad parent because we all go through this.
It's part of a process, isn't it?
It is, but you're learning about life just through your children going through those emotional things, because I mean we go through it ourselves as adults. We lose our temper, you know, and sometimes it's with them as well, you know. So we're not perfect either as well. So I think it's just trying to accept it and try to manage it in these different situations, and reflect and talk it through as well, you know. And I think it's also being grateful for what you have, you know, gratitude. You know, we do a lot of those exercises with my kids, you know, like reminding that we actually are very lucky to live how we live, and so, you know, not to let small things get in the way of that, you know.
Well, gratitude, isn't it?
Massively.
Yeah, I think it was Tony Robbins. They saying that when you are angry, try to have a thought of what you're grateful for and all the good things that are happening to your life.
Yeah.
Because it's pretty much impossible to both be grateful and angry at the same time. Well, okay. So, here we go. Here we go. Let's stay close. This is Farhad, a very good friend of mine coming from the Gardner days. Now he is a big boss in Forrester, out of the Hong Kong office, but then taking care of Southeast Asia as well. And we're having a very nice dinner together.
Grazie amico. Ciao.
Ciao!